Mexico Democrats. And in November, it will be Democrats that elect Democrats and Democrats that will defeat Republicans. And I am truly proud and honored to be here today to nominate Marty Chavez to represent our families in Congress. The latest poll in the Gallup polls showed that Congress has an approval rating of only 13%, with a margin of error of 5%. That possibly means that Congress could have an approval rating of only 8%. With Washington in constant gridlock, we need a proven leader with vision and a proven record of taking action, and that individual is former Mayor Marty Chavez. In the 12 years as mayor, Marty transformed Albuquerque into a world-class city and gained the reputation for his work on water conservation and also building our city in a sustainable manner and creating, the most important thing, new jobs. These are the kind of results that we need coming from Washington, D.C. today. But throughout Marty's career, he has never forgotten where he came from, right here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He raised his family here in Albuquerque, and with us today is Marty, his daughter, who will be seconding the motion. And he also attended Manzano High School, the University of New Mexico, and Georgetown University Law School. He is always finding new and creative ways of improving our community. This is why I am supporting Marty, because Marty gets things done. And in times like today, there is nothing more important than the ability to make progress for our city, for our nation, and for our families. And it is an honor for me to introduce Marty's daughter, Marty Chavez, to give a second.
Most of you know Marty Chavez as a mayor. Today, is that good enough? All right.
You're number one in my book.
Most of you know Marty Chavez as a mayor, but today I would like to tell you about him as a father. Even as a young girl, my dad's dedication was always apparent to me. As a young woman, aside from helping me with my essays, my dad showed me my responsibilities as a citizen and my rights as a woman. I'm so proud to have him as my father. I second this nomination because there's no one I trust more. There's no one I trust more to give results to New Mexico than my dad, our next Congressman, Marty Chavez.
Isn't she beautiful? Okay, we're going to be brief because Lady Lobos go on at 2. And we're going to get some voting done so we can see some basketball, some Lobo basketball today. I do want to recognize a dear former colleague, and I think somebody may have mentioned that we're going to talk a little bit more about him this afternoon. But the Speaker of the House, Ben Lujan, thank you so much for what you've done for New Mexico. John Kennedy said, things don't just happen, people make them happen. A round of applause for everybody that works so hard. These conventions are hard to put on. They're doing a great job. As some of you know, I got my start in activism working in California with Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta on the picket lines. But most of you know me as a public servant. As a state senator, I was proud to have a 100% AFL-CIO Coke rating. I was proud to sponsor and pass early voting, and fellow Democrats, early voting is going to be essential to keeping this state blue in November. As mayor of Albuquerque, our city became an example for the rest of the nation as we earned the titles of greenest city in America and best city in the country for jobs. We made incredible progress for the LGBT community before it was politically convenient, passing the state's first crime ordinance to cover sexual orientation. And I'll probably get in trouble with this, but I think Sam Bregman's somewhere in the house. I want to call him out and thank him as a city councilor for sponsoring that ordinance and shepherding it to my desk in the mayor's office. We honor our veterans with a memorial park right off of Louisiana, directly funded Title I for homeless children in the city of Albuquerque that had never been done by a municipality in the United States of America. Because I'll tell you this, George Bush isn't the one. Democrats are the ones, we're the ones that believe no child should ever be left behind. Those are real results for working families. And at every step of the way, I've had your back. Like when we learned that the aquifer, our limitless aquifer, was running dry. I took the challenge, I fought the fight for San Juan Chama Water Project, and believe it or not, some in this race opposed that water project. That's the very water everybody here is drinking today. I'm the only candidate in this race who can legitimately claim to have created jobs, more than 50,000 jobs during my tenure as mayor of Albuquerque. You name it, Shot Solar, Albuquerque Film Studios, MCOR, Sandia Science and Technology Park, the kinds of jobs that employ families. And with an eye towards securing our future, I proposed a green jobs plan that will rely and take and draw upon all of our wonderful assets, our gray matter, our green matter, our wind, our sun. Woo! My comprehensive understanding of how our national economies work and how the levers of that economy work will be critical to solving our deficit. And I want to be very clear with you, and we as Democrats need to go forth and let everyone else know how we got into this deficit mess. George Bush gave tax cuts to the richest of the rich. He then sent the sons and daughters of working families to fight in 2 wars that he didn't pay for.